Man, my poem is entitled, I'm Really Not Into Relationships.
Oh, yeah. It's
I love it.
So, man, I am like not into relationships, let me tell you. My friends have talked to me about this whole thing like relationships, like sailing and cruising, get it, sailing and cruising, relationships. Maybe that was it, but I think what they were talking about really wasn't like relationships, but like relations with hips. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why so many are so hesitant to abandon it, too busy sailing on conventional, consensual relations, so dangerous to swim. So I suppose we'll just take one of those like long-term relationships. Maybe if I did some like etymology or Latin and Greek sources, it would say something like roots of voyages or abstract intercourse. So of course we like to sail. Especially one of those like, you know, gigantic Titanic vessels that can take us to multiple islands like with stars on tours and dinner and theater so we can give stars on cores and all the buffets we can afford. And as we twirl the theatrical scores on ballroom floors, I catch a glimpse of a familiar form disrupting my thought. Hey, why is DiCaprio on board? No, let me hold that out and ignore. But that was a sign it was a stop that we should have got off. Then later wishing the ship didn't take the unfavorable course and now it's shipwreck. I'm holding on with DiCaprio while we're freezing on board. I mean, don't take my opinions for pessimism. It's just a recognition that if we're really honest, a lot of our thoughts are led from fiction. You know the television? Oh, I'm sorry, the tell-lie vision that gave us this fantasia in which we masticate these unrealistic expectations, mixed with our own selfish and childish drool, we ingest and regurgitate it back to other people as truth, because the truth is we do that. But measured to truth, it's useless. Why is it that 90 minutes may resolve the plots of the movies, but we still leave more clueless? None the wiser, we dive in not for meaning, but for amusement, drunk dancing in coffins, buried alive in what in earth are we doing? So I'm sorry, I'm not with the masses, these subjective list of classes that want to turn me not into a better man, but into a better actor. So excuse me, I'm not interested in using deception, masking perversion with socially accepted traditions. Yes, I would like to watch Netflix and chill. Not these weird code words, but to sit and meaningfully decode words, ideas, possibilities, possibly alternate realities, time, dimension, meaning, destiny, origin, morality. I mean, we could be exchanging mental energies, tapping into an infinite database without the distraction of our cellular devices user interface. I mean, I could be in a face to face, all senses engaged, creating an experience. But is that common practice today? I mean, is that something that we see doing, that we're doing in this age? I'm afraid at the capacity of our human audacity that I would even be in the closet with my sapiosexuality. I mean, for those who don't know about sapiosexuals, we are, we're weird. We're pretty weird. We are attracted, we're more into frequency over aesthetics and sequence of meaning of content over genetics. And even in genetics, we are like more like genotype thinkers over phenotype thinkers. It's like transmission and reception, dissection of concepts, hertz, transmuted into words, omens, giving sight. Beyond these two, we can commute from a third like our eyes mind, flips like 70s high mind, trips blind to earth or receiving the heavens with high five salutations to gods. I'm stitching my name in the sky, I'm so high. So high-minded, so I use these codes to know I'm really disguised as a spy here. Here to speak of the divine, to lead man past this matrix, the institutionalizations that will make the free man to the complacent battery. But when alluding to these themes of possible realities, this girl said to me, "Yas, that woman Keanu Reeves, he was lit," and I was like, exactly. Don't get me wrong, as a man, I have no problem with pursuit. I mean, but I would rather pursue you if your pursuit is ultimately the truth. If it would mean that you would say, man, there's so much information to gain, and I'll accept it if it means it's everything I have to lose. So I'm sorry, I am not into relationships, but it's not a hopeless admission. It's a plea for this revision, I mean, of these stupid codes we use, these ridiculous names we claim, and these really pathetic games we play. So, I stand as a promoter of this new reformation like, hey, How are you? I found you attractive, but I want to establish a meaningful course of exchanging information over time to see if there's something more substantial than hey, and how are you? And don't get me wrong, I mean, I would really like a firm foundation, so can the premise of our future engagements actually have a real friendship being built at the basis, because I'm all down for the fairy tales and vacations, but the way my bank account is set up, I'm afraid that's not always going to be the situation. I mean, man, we have to be honest. I mean, I can say for myself, I mean, sometimes we can be at a financial disadvantage, so someday I might even ask if it's okay to go half on half that sandwich. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, we can take those gold elevators and pearl escalators upscale for miles, but other days you might just see me taking the stairs and arguing with subway turnstiles like, wait, hold on, it's $2.75, $3 an hour. I mean, I gotta I'll be back. But my frugality won't be in vain. But I have so much more in store in my saving not for some clever outings and pretty dates. I mean, in this realm, we could be inventors, innovators, investors, not just consumers. We could be purchasing houses and lands, creating a destiny for ourselves, putting a real inheritance, because that's what's done by real parents. That's right, someday I can see you as my queen. But I ain't got the perfect score. But I still want you as my shooting guard. You're my first draft pick. I see you on my team. Because me and you, the way we could ball, we could both be all-stars. We could take this whole world on. That's why I still see us in my dream. But right now, I'm not into relationships. But if what I say causes you to resonate with this, and my words you can relate with this, then you could just meet me at the pier. And as the sun fades, we could exchange rates, and perhaps fate won't allow the next ship to delay. And if what I say causes you to delay, it's okay. I don't know how many failed voyages you have up to date. You could just meet me at the pier. As the sun fades, we could just exchange rates and just talk about ships. Who knows? Maybe one day we can relate.
Give it up for Mike. Oh!